Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. Every successful entrepreneur knows that the ability to sell, persuade, and close is the difference between sinking or swimming. However, it's a lot easier said than done. The traditional mindset is that you need to seek out talented salespeople. It requires a natural gift that only a few have. But today, in the studio, we have access to the man completely disrupting the industry and turning average Joes into sales assassins. Now, he has an unconventional background and an even more unconventional method. And here to share a sneak peek is president of Paid to Persuade, Luke Lunkenheimer. Luke, great having you here, man. Great to meet you.
Thank you so much.
My first question, why create a sales training program when there are so many out there in the marketplace already?
That's a great question, Kevin. That's usually everybody's first question, right? It's the same question they asked Steve Jobs when he wanted to reinvent the telephone. Seemed like a terrible idea, right? We had a perfectly good telephone. What do we need to do to fix it? Okay?
Right.
Steve Jobs knew something that other people did not know. And I'm not acquiring the persona of Steve Jobs here, nor am I putting myself on that level, but I have observed something in the marketplace that is fundamentally flawed.
Right.
The way we sell today is backwards, and that's what we have solved for.
So how does Paid to Persuade solve the problem?
It's another great question, Kevin. So ultimately, we reverse the process. Salespeople today are trained to emulate their sales training.
Sure.
Become your teacher.
Right.
Use the word tracks, the black book of questions, the rebuttals. Take the sale from rapport building and light qualifying through displaying a product and then tripping and stumbling over the objections until you get to the close.
Right.
This is not the most effective way to sell a product
no,
or a
not at
service.
all, right?
At Paid to Persuade, we treat human beings very well. We teach them how to become more confident. You know, the sales trainers of today, and no disrespect to them, they're highly successful or they wouldn't be millionaires. But the problem is they're not leveraging the power of the human being. They're leveraging the power of words in a book or that they are speaking. When you try to transpose yourself onto another human being, it's inauthentic and therefore ineffective. When you teach somebody to be confident and you give them the tools to do it their own way with their own words, that's how you leverage massive success.
Awesome. So let's say there's two types of salespeople. The average salespeople that's using other methods and the Paid to Persuade salesperson. If you compare those two, what is the success of the Paid to Persuade salesperson that's been trained the way you have with confidence versus the average salesperson?
Kevin, most people don't believe it when I say it, but the efficacy is about 150%.
Wow.
So if somebody's making $5,000 a month in commissions, they're making $7,500 to $10,000. Sometimes they make double. The problem is this, man. Salespeople are not confident. You have the superstars, right? A 10-person sales team has got 2 superstars and then 80 of the rank and file. You've got 2 guys that produce the majority of the results and everybody else is kind of just scraping up the ground.
Right.
We teach a sales team to become effective at about 80% across the baseline, every individual.
That makes total sense. And I know that there's folks out there that are saying, wait a minute, you're guaranteeing their success,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So now you haven't met all these people and you don't even know what their skill sets are, but you can still guarantee their success. Is this because the systems are so powerful, or how do you do that?
Kevin, it's the same reason that Jack Roush can advertise that he can take any Ford Mustang and crank the horsepower up by 150%. When you know the core, when you know the product, or in this case, the individual, the human being, there are certain traits of a human being that do not change when you go person to person. There's things that are based in the human condition.
Sure.
There's things that are based in confidence. There's things regarding their moral compass. And when you tune every one of these aspects, you get results across every human being. And we've proven that.
That's awesome. The folks that are out there are saying, how do we engage? I mean, they're hearing what they want to hear, because they, to be able to talk about a salesperson that can get 150% better by using some of your systems, how do people engage with you to get some of this assistance?
So Kevin, if people want to engage with our company, they would go to paidtopersuade.com.
Good.
And what we've done is we've essentially created a library of content. They want to see a testimonial, it's there. They want to see me in a podcast or a media engagement talking further for an hour about this product, it's there. They want to see some clips of the actual training in action, it's there. All the data is there for them to receive at their leisure.
That's the place to go. And one of the main things that you said that I love, great testimonials from people just like you watching today that have had tremendous success, right?
Yes, sir.
Luke, thank you for being here
Kevin,
today.
thank you very much for
awesome interview. And I just want to thank you for joining us today also. And I want you to be sure to visit paidtopersuade.com to get started. Thank you.